I still got a lot of shit to learn.
Pretty good.
Oh wait, I just realized
Me
new
too,
month. Twitch Prime loop.
We're starting right into this. This game is gonna be fun. I can tell. Alright. WASD to move, standard controls. This game is giving me an eerie feeling right off the start. Yeah, that's a dead shark. That's a fish of some sort. I am not liking this. Okay, so yeah. Okay, E is to interact.
You've done all the training. Wait for the song.
I'll grab the box. By 21.
Oh, there's a chain on this one too.
So I like to get the other plan.
I have to go there to actually find it.
You must light up some items in order to interact with them. Bolt cutters. I want to check for any other stuff.
Like,
Alright, shift is to
that
run.
way, we want to call it.
That brightens the light. Okay. What's
Let's see
that?
what
Was
happens.
that before or after?
Like, you used to get a full ride, like Emma would get a full ride because her father
One of these games.
100% disabled.
Ah,
Our kids have 4 girls. And her oldest quit the job.
that is a lot of shark bait.
What a putrid offering.
Alright, that is something breathing in the water. That is... Ooh, okay, not gonna go that way. Okay.
I love hearing reverb. 30 seconds late.
It's telling me to run. I just hope the video stuff isn't choppy. Oh, that's a cold. Is that a squid? Why do they have no faces? Why are you holding a gun to them? Oh. This game is just giving me chills, my guy. You done messed up, eh, Aaron? Messed up.
They had the rain farm above and below them.
Ah, this game gives me chills.
I hate whiskey.
Yeah,
I
blame
wonder
it on
why
whiskey.
I still take these things.
Sleeping pills.
Been too long since I've slept in a bed. I used to be an avid reader. Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Certificate of membership, Westward Agency.
I have business here to attend. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend.
Mr.
I couldn't
Pierce.
understand it.
You have to do it.
good old story of blackmail in
Because
his
he
speeches.
doesn't even qualify for the local scholarship.
Bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this
It
case.
should have applied to accept your
Be outside the law, there's no law that you can do against a private detective who got influenced.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
I didn't want to turn it off. Guess I
It's
had
been a
to.
while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Pierce Investigation Agency, the doctor can, well, repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I can't stop, well, that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. The nameless creature is calling me. Don't have a drink. Not yet. Not yet.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield.
I'm trying not talking through.
I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I
Sounds
have
like care about
personal information
this
yet
one
again.
out.
Wait, what? Allocate your character's points. Each character points allow you to improve the score of your skill. Oh yeah, Nabushi, that's all I needed if you wanna head out again.
Oh, yes, sir. Peace.
Piece of new medicine. How many points do I have left? 6. Cultism. Sure, why not? Two points left. I'll do speech next. Validate. Yes, I
For
would
this
love to.
information, Mr. Pierce, our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
Yes.
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, do you still...
Just hang up on it.
I'm coming.
Oh. I have guess. Let me get all professional here. G'day.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Okay. Well, my first thought when I look at this painting is, why is there a symbol on his chest? This is some messed up, gunky nightmare of a girl trying to get away from a monster. That's what I get.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
Even you're curious about it. Okay, let's see. Strange picture painted by Sarah Hawking a short while before her tragic death was sent to her father just after the artist died. He's convinced that she is the sender. He brought me the painting so that I could examine it. Stephen Webster, the wealthy industrialist, came to my office. He wants me to reopen the Sarah Hawking case named after his daughter who died in the fire alongside her entire family. I must examine the documents he compiled in order to know more about the case.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family.
Shipping label, some
Rather
of it is
thin.
unreadable, but I can make out part of the address, Warehouse 36 on Darkwater. The police report, it says that a fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decided on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insisted on Sarah Hawkins' mental fatality. Or fertility. Why? Press cutting a article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a reclusive life there with their own
So,
son, Simon.
Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Honestly,
Her
something's not
husband was
right
a
with
big
the
deal on
story.
the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
You got it, Chief.
Darkwater?
Where'd she live?
Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
Alright.
The meaning
What about taking this
is
lightly?
exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
The sender's label mentions
gosh dang it.
Warehouse.
Not
That's
what I
right.
wanted.
And you think
That is go to
you must
Mental
tell me
fertility.
if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
I think I'm beginning to
That's really
understand.
all I can get out
I'm
of.
willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's
What's
queer,
that supposed to mean?
but it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
Where's the book? I'm guessing this. Oh, nope, that's a book of medicine. What about this?
I used to be an avid reader.
You said you have a book of the Atlantic. Where is it at?
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
I can see why. Why does the island look 4 eyes, 4 ears, a tail, and crabs that look him?
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
Let's go. Oh, this game is gonna throw me off so bad. This game already gave me chills in the very beginning. So let's see, Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family as the only clue. She left her father a disturbing painting on the shipping label and address a warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seemed to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. Alright, cutscene, so I'm gonna be quiet.
We're almost there.
Call of Cthulhu. I'm not even gonna try pronouncing the right abbreviation that everyone says. It's not supposed to be spoken by a human tongue. This place looks cheery.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Thank you.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
Nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Alright. My first thing was this guy. Ooh, he's really going at it. Can I interact with you, sir? Nope. Ugh, that water. Woo! Oh, no, no, no. What up? Why'd the boat shift? Alright. Let's see what's going on over here.
Please move back. Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You see how old this thing is? If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know, or you'll pay for it for sure.
Okay, that's enough. Step back and let us do our job. The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
See if we can't get no information.
And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
That's no way to treat an omen. Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us in trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Alright, let's go to the bar.
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Pure instinct. I behaved like a Hun, and I sincerely apologize.
Veteran, huh?
307th Infantry Regiment.
Well, that'll be okay for now. But the war is over. Try not to forget it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Find out about Darkwater.
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
So is it the lady in the corner?
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens. We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
It's a local legend?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report.
What report?
The one that's framed right behind you. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
21st May 1847, miraculous catch. The Scalia returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Scalia, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port. Late on Tuesday afternoon, the locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of a formidable toothed whale, the Cadiation? I have no idea. That is already that is already becoming called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of a ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their merciless catch, but also its meat unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immersed size of this well will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse for rent. Yeah, no, I'm good.
You have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said
What you looking at, stranger?
I'm just passing by. Sorry.
Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it. I told you to beat it.
Can I have that drink yet?
And then he said, you have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
Alright, let's talk to Fritz. Alright. Actually, let's see what's going on here.
Wanted to stir us up.
But you can stay to watch if you want. You can pick up the pieces.
Come on, you bastard. You'll see what a true sailor's got in his belly. You hear that? You bilge rats don't scare me.
There's nothing for you
What did
here
he call
either.
us just now?
Beat it.
I said you were a bilge rat. And even a poxed limpet. You think we don't know what you're doing? Hidden in the fog?
I'll shut up your big mouth once and for all.
Optimistic.
So you definitely has some drastic characters.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Will do, sir.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier, Cat.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned. Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover. A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years.
Sperm well. Well, I don't know.
The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
There's an upstairs. There's medicine. Objects in the environment. It's upstairs. Explore it all first.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins. What a macabre souvenir.
Ah. Okay. Got it.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
They feel the dates are still legible from 1890 to 1907 and partial dates. The rest of the documents is blacked out. Who want this information to be hidden?
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
Understandable.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Got it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
Rather not.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Will do. So how many points? I got 2 character points available. I'm gonna save those for now. Oh, looks like the gang is moving out.
No way to treat an omen. Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't...
Actually, no. Let me see.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh? We saw what you did to St. Brendan. Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I respect your beliefs.
Our beliefs? You mean you don't believe in God?
That's irrelevant.
That's what you think.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us. What brings you to dark water?
Just finding out about the island.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
This Cat you mentioned. Is she their boss?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
Okay.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Guessing that statue. Still, that water gets me.
Damnation. I broke it. It's no use. The padlock won't give.
I don't know if that was something for me to do. I'm guessing this is their statue. St. Brendan.
St. Brendan. Patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in. It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Can't speak with you. Anything over here?
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the Cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway. Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors.
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
Kat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope you had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm not here to hinder your work, officer. Edward Pierce, private detective.
Sorry, we're all a little on edge today. What are you doing here?
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Darn it. Why do you want to drag up all that stuff again?
My investigation has led me to this warehouse.
That case was closed months ago.
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
I'd like to know more about the Hawkins case.
I don't think so.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Understood.
Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
What secrets can I find?
This ratchet device seems to be usable. It looks like there's a way in under this grate. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil. A handle. It must come from these old winches. I could use this old winch.
Guess I'm missing something.
Should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
How do I bring this out?
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle. Damn, I broke it.
Broke it. I don't see nothing broken. I just see glitches. Nothing broken.
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf?
This muddy alley is yours? Good for you. I've got work to do.
I don't think that you've quite understood the situation. I'll tell you how things work around here. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them. You asked for it.
Oh, low blow.
Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
So what happens if I go back over there?
I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm going to have to deal with her.
Okay, Joker, they're still there.
It's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors.
Take two. Let's do this.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
We'll do it again.
What? Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. It's just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message. Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
Yeah, aching guts.
Huh. I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. It's something that I respect. So understand by that. If I catch you again, you'll carry a more permanent reminder of our encounter. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
I feel like truth will get me further.
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so openly, but it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little advice. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
Think it over. I've seen what you're capable of. And you didn't miss me.
I accept the compliment. Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you, to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me, and I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed. Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
Sure.
Do I have a choice?
Oh, we always have one, Detective. Follow me.
Nobody questions your authority here. I was given to believe that Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors. They revere their brave captain as they do their old statues. But sooner or later, all statues get buried in bird shit, and nobody cares.
And the police? They do nothing to stop you?
The local cops? The cops drink like everyone else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley, I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us in trouble.
We saw this guy poking around here.
It's fine. He's with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Got a problem now, boyo? Doing exactly what I said I won't do.
Be a gentleman and move that for me. That's how it's done. Do I still need to hold your hand? Or do you think you'll get by on your own now?
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
They're sleeping.
Can't sleep. I know how that feels. Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? It smells as bad as it looks. Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? Someone treasures this crumpled picture to the point of sleeping with it.
Oh, this game's getting eerie. More psychology.
The glass is shattered, like someone smashed it. Was it before or after the removal of these bandages?
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move!
You
Detective Pierce, I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
It's clear that you knew the victims. I'm sorry to dig up bad memories.
I can still see the poor child lying burned on the floor of their drawing room. We had to tear him off. The marks must still be there. They're in my mind anyway.
It's horrendous. I'm going to need your experience to bring him justice, Officer Bradley. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it.
Thank you,
guy
Andrews.
went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Wait, that was
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
I don't think I like the heights. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place thought to be abandoned revealed some surprises. Signs of recent occupation, as well as a partly charted painting. Interrupted in his searchings by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins mansion. She really gave me a battle scar. I did not like that. Well, they did say there was a groundskeeper. It might be him.
Well, here we are, Hawkins mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Alright, well, that is where I'm gonna leave this episode of Call of Cthulhu for the first part. I'm gonna follow up by playing this later on, probably tomorrow around 5 p.m. Western time, maybe sooner. So, thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you all on the next time.